Hello!
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hi!
to the hot mess.
This is, yeah, welcome to this hot mess here. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons for all two of you.
All two of you, maybe further of you.
Oh, yeah, if more people show up. Hold on, let me get this off.
You lucky peeps.
You're still a bit preparation. Wow,
Oh,
that's really impressive.
What's really impressive?
What?
The way that you said hello.
Hello.
Okay,
You might
so...
want to give it a little more room.
Hello! Alright, so, here we are. Dungeons and Dragons. I will not be DMing tonight, that is up to Queen, so...
Yay!
Yay!
I've never DM'd before, so this is my disclaimer now. This may be like a train wreck and hot mess, but you know what? It's gonna be fun either way. So, apologies if I do a roll when I shouldn't do a roll, or vice versa, or whatever. This is a learning experience for all of us involved, so it's just a simple one-shot we're doing tonight. Hopefully we'll get through it. Hopefully people won't die. I'm gonna do my best. I promise.
I'd like to prove you wrong.
Me too.
Listen, I can't believe you're so much to help you here.
I would like point up to prove you wrong.
Alrighty, so are you guys ready to go?
Sure thing, how we want to start this?
Alrighty, well, starting off. The scene in front of you, you are a band of, well, 3 misfits. Was supposed to be 4, but the other guy bailed on you at last minute. Like, what?
I know, such a little bitch.
Listen, hired help. It's really hard to get the good ones these days. So, you were in a previous neighboring village, and you know, looking for work as most adventurers usually are. And you've been sent off onto your way to the village of Welton. Now, the scene opens up before you, and you are still traveling through the hills to the west of the village, whose neat white-walled buildings stand out among the green grass in the valley below. So, let me go ahead and share with you guys the first image. Now,
It will take a minute, I'm operating the cameras.
yes, he has the image ahead, but I will go ahead and add it in our Discord for you guys to see. Unfortunately, I can't flip it, so just, you know, tilt your heads.
Also, before we...
Where am I supposed to check for the images?
Oh, it's character sheets. I'm gonna put any kind of images and things like that in our character sheet.
I should make a new channel for that. Okay, that one, gotcha. Hold on.
Can you name it the shit we have to look at?
Yes, I can, actually.
Thank you.
So, as you are approaching...
Also, hate to interrupt you. Do we want to do character intros after this spiel, or beforehand?
Oh no, you're
We might
about
wanna
to do
do it
character
before.
intros.
Okay, cool. Okay, sorry,
You're
continue.
about to do that. So, as you are on this walk to the village of Welton, you realize you guys don't really know much about each other. In fact, you haven't really even asked for names. This has been quite a short trip, only a couple hours, and you're still at an awkward, hey, you're that new guy I kinda know phase. And you figure, hey, we're about to go to this village where they've got some problems. We know they have some problems because the other village asked us to come help, so maybe we should introduce ourselves to each other. So you guys can now introduce yourself to each other and also to our lovely watchers.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Can I volunteer Jester to go first?
Oh god, everybody's gone, what's going on?
Keep in mind, I will volunteer you.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I'll go
That
ahead.
is true.
Also, I will
turn
just
to
say...
the small jingly man.
Okay.
You will just say what?
Oh, what do you
I
guys-
wanted to say, if the stream... I realized in the stream that, video's gonna be slow. But if there are any issues, if you can't hear us smoothly or anything, please let me know.
Relatable.
Because I need to correct that if so.
And we will have an intermission point around about 10:30 Eastern time for questions and concerns and stuff like that. Well, I have to go run a quick errand, but I will be back. I will still be within the Discord and online with everybody to answer questions, but I won't have them in front of me because I will be driving. So, alrighty.
Okay.
So,
Also, please tell me if it is going smoothly, because...
I mean, I'm not, yeah, because none of the rest of us, I think, are watching it, so we're relying on you guys.
Yeah.
So. Introduction time, go!
Okay.
Start with the weirdest one.
I guess I'll go ahead then.
I slap my big orky hand onto the small Jingle Man and go, "Hey, Jingle Man, what do you call yourself?"
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you can hear that, okay.
We heard it.
We hear the jinglies. We can hear the jinglies.
So he like, has this little tin can full of these little, like, bones. They could be bird bones, rat bones, any combination. And he just kind of, he probably has, like, a little flat board or something. And he takes that, and he takes the cup, and he shakes it about and yahtsees these bones out onto the little flat board. And this is an enchanted cup, so he's able to spell words with it. And he just he yahtsees the words Mr. Jangles.
Oh, Mr. Jangles, of course.
Mr. Jangles to you.
I raised my brow in confusion and in curiosity as to how that worked. I say, "Interesting, little Jingle Man. I am Hannah."
Mr. Jingle to you.
So go ahead and also describe what you look like for our viewers, since they won't necessarily have a full image.
Yeah,
You can give them a full mental theater of the mind image.
I have the
Okay.
wrong goddamn map up, don't I? Yes, I do. I've had the wrong goddamn map up for this entire
We're very
time.
lost.
No, hold on.
This is our first stream, guys.
Hello,
We're
everybody.
fine.
Welcome to the shitstorm.
Shh, I got it. It's alright. I was testing something beforehand and forgot to switch it back. Be good.
Okay, go ahead and describe
Okay.
yourself, Mr. Jangles.
So Jangles is a half elf. He's about 5'8". He has green-blue heterochromia, and a little one of his teeth up front is missing. So he has this big empty spot in his toothy grin. He has no hair. He's bald, but he does have a long hat on, and adorning the hat is a lot of little bones sewed on to be the bells of his jester costume. Instead of bells, he has bones that clink together. If you could imagine a weird elf bone Cicero, then that's sort of the area we're headed towards.
Oh, Cicero.
Okay, next one.
Was that me then?
I turned to the Turtle Man.
Turtle Man, yes.
Turtle Man, what do you call yourself?
I am Professor Gawain Mawadi. I'm a wizard. Practiced in conjuration, magical arts, and I have come here seeking new magics, new knowledge, and yes, that sort of thing.
Turtle Grandpa.
Yes, Turtle Grandpa, I will have you know I am 399, not 399 years, I'd be dead, 299 years, I'm going in the top, upstairs a bit.
Jangles just
Well, let us make...
Should we have a second
hope.
one? I was just gonna say that
I-
Jangle has this really fast, happy clap, like...
Aw. Well, go ahead and do that as responses.
Now that we know what it is.
Yeah. We're picking it up as we go on this journey.
Alright, and clearly you have an orc with you.
Ah, yes. We don't see your kind much outside the tribes.
You can say I'm different than most orcs.
Oh, I see. I would be interested in seeing how so.
I think I know why.
Shut up!
Is this the same? Is this the same bullshit?
No, it's not. No! Shh, I don't know.
I'm only gonna interrupt for a second to say that her last orc was a bread wizard.
It's not the same.
I've heard tale of this bread wizard.
So you
Even though my character... Go ahead, Queen. Sorry.
Sorry.
So you notice something about this particular orc definitely dressed quite differently from Grandpa Turtle over here. This orc is dressed in some, some heavier armor, and of course
Typical.
is sporting a pretty decent weapon. So
Yeah,
vast
big spoon.
differences between maybe perhaps what this orc's school of study or, day job happens to be.
How are we gonna roll, by the way?
Either use a random roll generator, or if you happen to have actual physical dice.
Which I don't. So let me just go download that real quick.
I was just going to throw my computer with a picture of dice and see what happens.
No.
You can get apps on your phone for dice rolling.
Oh, yes, I have that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I forget which ones they are, though. So, for our viewers out there, there is actual, apps to do dice rolling if you happen to be in a situation like ours where you have players that don't have dice.
Ad revenue.
Sponsored by Twitch.
Alright, you guys ready to go on?
Sure.
Alrighty. So you're having this chat, walking ahead, and around 150 feet ahead of you is a slight bend in the road where it passes between an outcrop of rocks and the borders of kind of a mossy woodland. As you approach, you see a pair of men driving a small flock of sheep through that gap with the help of 4 sheepdogs. Now, the first indication that anything is amiss comes when the dogs prick up their ears and start frantically barking. The men immediately pull long wooden clubs from their belts and start looking about, clearly distressed. In the blink of an eye, lean gray shapes burst out from both sides of the road, all launching themselves at sheep with incredible speed. Before you, 8 wolves are taking part in the attack. What would you like to do?
I want to ask real quick, we're obviously going to have sort of a pecking order of rolling, so are we going to go in the same as we introduced ourselves, or?
No, what's going to happen is, should you choose to do anything other than watch the fight from a distance, we're going to roll initiative. So what that is, and let me get my pen to mark down what you get, is you're going to roll your d20, for those of you who have not played before. So this is a D&D 101 for the bobbies here. You're going to roll your d20, and on your character sheet, you're going to see a section that says initiative.
Yep.
You're going to add that to your d20 roll, and if you give me just a minute. So we have Jester.
That is...
Mr. Bone. We have Talon. I'm writing down your names at the top of my sheet so I can write them in other places later. And let me pull up Lamp's character sheet, which I'm sure has been changed since we linked it, but
Certainly hope so.
I just need it for the spelling. Okay, so from now on, we are going to be referring to your characters. So when I call out your name, it's going to be your character's name.
Right.
Mr. Bones, what number did you get?
I got a 12, and my initiative is +4.
So is it a 16 total then?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, Gowan.
Okay, I've got a total of 18, and as a side note, we can continue rolling the initiative because I'm sure we're going to fight them, but I don't recall actually deciding whether we were going to do anything about this.
I mean, like, do you guys want to do anything?
Here, I'll go. My goodness, we must help those men.
There you go.
There, okay, we're good.
Alright. Hajnal. What did you get for your
Oh,
initiative?
fuck, I forgot to roll.
A little late for the
I was listening. I'm processing what's happening. I got a 12 in initiative 3.
So your initiative is +3?
Yes.
You rolled a 12.
Turtle Grandpa, Jangle, and Orc.
Okay.
I'm a fast turtle.
And y'all are super lucky that I have the curse of the dice where I can never roll anything high, so the wolves will go last. Okay. So our order is as follows. It's going to be Gawain,
Mm-hmm.
then Mr. Bones,
Yeah.
okay, then Hajnal, and then wolves slash shepherds over there. So again, you have a bunch of wolves, 8 of them total, coming after what you've noticed is the sheep. They're after the sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And about half of them, as they're going into this, about half of them, so 4 of them are kind of distracting the shepherds, if you will. So 4 of them are going for sheep, 4 of them are going for shepherds.
Mm-hmm.
To give you a visual. You are also 150 feet back, still.
Okay.
So, Gawain, you're up. What do you want to do?
Let me hold up a second.
Keep in mind the map is in the Discord, so if you pull that up, you guys are currently
Yeah, what number? Because I actually
where
missed
the
that.
number 1 is.
Thought as much. Alrighty.
Yes.
So, and how far away were they again?
You are 150 feet.
100 and what feet?
150?
Damnness.
Yeah, you far.
And that's from, like, the very closest wolf, you would say?
They're pretty much in a group.
Plamp!
Closest.
Plamp! Please! Stop! Stop moving. I'm very sorry.
I was trying to. I know. I was looking for the phone charger because I didn't realize that the phone was dying.
Oh, that's not a good thing to happen. Anyway.
One's no longer allowed to do anything ever.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I'm still processing. Meanwhile, my orc is still processing what's going on.
Stupid noise.
Okay, so I can move 30 feet in a turn, right?
You can move 30 feet, or you can take a double action in which you move twice, but you cannot do anything else during your turn except a bonus action. So if you have any spells...
Yeah, that's the thing. I have a
bonus
spell.
action- Yeah, so if you have spells that are bonus actions, then you can for sure use those. Let me
Well-
get my sheet here.
What would be considered a bonus action for spells?
You'd have to look under the, Do you have your player's handbook with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is under... We need to get you a spell sheet generator because that would really help you out.
Well, no, I have a website that I'm looking on also.
Okay.
But are you talking about, like, cantrips, or is that something?
Cantrips you can use as long as the requirement for that spell is a bonus action to cast. So, for example, it's going to say under the description in your player's handbook of the spell, it'll say casting time,
Yes.
and it'll either say 1 action.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Some things are bonus actions to cast. Like
Alright.
Healing Word, I think, is a bonus action one, off the top of my head. So if you have a spell that is within range of the attack, so if you have something, say, do you have magic missile?
I have Firebolt, which is 120 feet, which is what I thought I'd do.
So
Good old
you can
Firebolt.
move once. Now, Firebolt, I don't know.
It's casting time, 1 action.
1 action. So here's what you could do. You could move your move speed, which is 30, which would get you 30 feet closer, and then you could do a firebolt at one of the wolves because you are technically within range. And if I remember how firebolt works, I think that's automatic. Let me see.
Yeah, it is instantaneous.
I gotta see if there is a save that the wolves have to make.
Ah, yes.
And I believe there is. It's fireball. I need firebolt. There's definitely a difference in that. Okay, so you actually do make a ranged spell attack. Yeah, so you do actually have to make a spell attack. So that is a d20 plus your spellcasting attack bonus, which is a +5. So you're gonna roll a d20.
Alright. A shake my phone.
Which
I got the
so
same
you
one.
have your cluster. The cluster of wolves are mostly around the sheep, with the 2 shepherds. They're still they're still near that cart. So you have a herd of sheep. There's probably about like 20 to 30 of them.
Okay.
There's 4 wolves encircling said sheep.
Okay.
And then there's 4 wolves that are starting to break off and preoccupy, if you will, the shepherds. So choose which one you would like to hit.
Would I be able to hit one of the wolves going after the shepherds?
You can.
Okay, I have a modified 20.
A modified 20. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
So roll for your damage.
Which one of these is a D10? Hold on. That looks like a D10.
Mood.
I got an 8.
So that's 8 points of damage. I think plus your spellcasting. I don't think there's an add.
I don't think there is on it.
No, I think it's just 1d10 with the damage. Okay, so that wolf that you hit, he's feeling it, Mr. Krabs. He's definitely feeling it. They are most definitely aware that you are here now. Even though you're pretty far back, they know you're here.
I mean,
ow.
Singed wolf will do that to you.
Meanwhile, this one wolf is like, dude, the hell?
Not cool, man.
Not cool, man. Not that.
I compliment his aim.
Like a fireball out of nowhere over here.
Thank you. Been working on that for quite a while.
You do, however, notice that they aren't splitting off to come after you guys. I will say that much because you are attacking them, so you would notice this as, and both of the other 2, you guys would notice this as well, considering, Grandpa Turtle here just threw a firebolt at a wolf. You also notice that they aren't splitting up, aside from what they've already done. Okay, so you've done action. Any bonus actions you want to take?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Then that brings us to Mr. Bones. What would you like to do?
Alright, so I've been trying to roll for this ahead of time. But I'm going to cast Sleep on the wolves.
On all of them? What is the range on that?
It's 90 feet.
Okay, so you're going to have to get closer, I believe.
Alright.
So you are not currently close enough to be able to... Let me see your spells.
How far again were we again?
You are 150 feet.
We're quite a distance.
You are quite a distance away, so you would have to do double your movement to get close enough.
This is entirely inappropriate music, by the way. Hold on.
Yeah, because your movement is 30, so you would not be able to take the sleep action, but you would probably be able to get close enough. Yeah, you would be within range to do it on your next turn.
Alright, I'll just take this turn then to get a bit closer so that I can go ahead and do that and make it easy for Grandpa.
You damn kids are gonna do everything!
Okay, so that'll be it for your turn. Is there anything else you want to say, dude? Do you want to shout out? So, among other things you can take on your turn is you can, shout out to the shepherds, What's
Can't
going
shout.
on? We're here to help. Well,
Just shake the can hard.
I was gonna say, you're still shouting, but in your version of shouting, or like, you can look around you, see what else. Like, you can still do a couple other things that don't require any skill rolls. So, like, you can pass
No,
the
other than
message
that,
on to the next person who has a turn, if you want them to do a particular thing.
I'll probably just gesture to Grandpa that I have a plan.
Okay.
To just sort of keep his brain head open.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, Hajnal, then you are up. What do you want to do?
Well, since I have an old geezer and a mute, I will be the one to shout and warn the shepherds.
You
And to let
know,
them know that we're gonna help.
So the shepherds notice you they hear your shouting, they look to you, but you know they're a little preoccupied at the moment with 4 wolves
Yes,
around
they are.
them and 4 other wolves that are slowly taking. So the whole time this is happening, one by one, sheep are just like kind of disappearing. It's with speed that you are noticing is a little faster than the normal wolf than you're used to. Like these guys are booking it.
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
And a normal Sunday.
They booking it, like they hungry.
They
Okay, what else will you do? Because that's a free action to shout.
they bitches is hungry.
They are. They're just taking out the family to eat. That can't be helped.
Yes, it can.
So do you want to move? Do you want to take any actions? Or do you want to...
Yes, I wish to join Tortle
Tortor.
to assist him.
What are you going to do to
I
the wolves?
want to grab one and throw it.
Okay, well you're 150 feet away currently, so you're gonna have to...
I know, I gotta get close and get their attention at the same time.
I think
And
that
Tortle
means
is going to be my bait. Or Jangles, one of you.
Oh, thank you.
I wiggle you.
I think that means that both me and the orc are taking our turns to get closer.
I think all 3 of you technically took your turn to stay closer. It's whether or not you want... You double moved though, so you're actually at 90 feet. Yeah, Gawain is at 120 feet. So, Ajnal, it depends on if you want to move or double move. One's 120, one's 90, because I think your movement is also 30. Double check this.
So I'd be at the same distance with Jangles.
Nope, because I got a head start.
Well,
You're a
if
little behind me.
Okay.
you double move, then yes, you can.
I am also double moving. Well, because you gotta get close enough to grapple, so.
Yeah, you have your best bet, honestly, is probably to double move.
Alright.
But that's up to you.
Anything to get closer to grab one.
Okay.
Which means double move.
Anything else you want to do for your turn? You're good? Any bonus actions you have?
I already yelled, so no.
Okay. That will make it the wolf's turn and the shepherd's turn. So you notice the shepherds are going to go for attack, but they don't. The wolves are like dodging them and weeding them. You're noticing that the wolves aren't like attacking them to kill. They're like taking little nibbles at their ankles and like their arms. The 4 that are surrounding the shepherds, they really are just there, you notice, to distract. So they're not actually full on attacking. They're just
Sheep
nibbling.
arms.
They're nibbling their arms and legs. But what you do notice, well, a couple of those wolves, wolf number 1, he is going to grab a sheep and run. So you now have
Binch?
your sheep going back.
Oh
and,
no.
You know,
We got grabbed
like-
by the arm.
if one would speak sheep, it would say, "Save me." And you notice it starts to take off for the woods. So that's
That's population control.
it is population control. It really is.
1 or 2 sheep.
So 40 feet. Okay.
I have plans already for this entire thing almost.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 of the wolves have sheep in their mouth, and they are dragging them because sheep are resisting. They only make it about 20 feet further back from you. So they're actually 140 feet from you, Gawain, and they are about 110 feet from Bones and Hashnell.
Okay.
Okay. The other two that are surrounding the sheep are working on 2 sheep. They got the rougher sheep of the bunch. These ones are putting up a fight, and they also have the shepherd's dogs are kind of working on their leggies. So there's a leg nipping test kind of going on here as well.
I want in. I mean...
You want to nip at them legs?
And again, you
Oh,
notice the
legs.
shepherds take a swing, but they're not really connecting because, again, there's something off about these wolves. Okay, which
I have
brings
plans.
us back to the top of the round.
Okay, and you said I was how far away?
You are from the wolves that are attacking the shepherds. You are about 120 feet.
Okay.
From the ones that are running with the sheep, if you care,
Not
they're
really.
140 feet from you.
Okay. So, if I were to use both my whole turn to run towards the shepherds and the wolves attacking them, that would bring me to 60 feet?
That would indeed bring you to 60 feet.
I will do that.
Okay. Any other free actions or bonus actions you would like to take this turn? I know, decisions, right?
Not that I can recall. What did the shepherds say when they shouted out to them? Because I was fiddling around with stuff trying to fix something.
What do you mean? What did they say?
I don't know.
Like when I yelled?
Yeah, or did
You
they
yelled,
even
they
reply?
acknowledged you, but
Okay.
they're a little kind of frazzled right now and
Right.
super concentrating
Well, yeah.
on hello, our sheep and livelihood are being whisked away by wolves.
Okay.
So they didn't give you a verbal reply. They more
Okay.
just kind of like grunted at you. They're
It's
like,
like, yeah, sure, whatever. Okay.
Acknowledged.
Sounds like
They're
my
also
manager.
you notice. Roll a perception check.
Okay. You know, I probably should have looked around anyway.
Go ahead and roll a perception.
Okay, let's see. That's 13 plus what is my bonus?
I will let you do this because, again, we're playing around with me DMing. So I will let you do this. Normally, you wouldn't get to do this because you technically double moved, but I'm going to let you do this.
Okay.
For the sake of the story and moving us forward.
I got a total of 15.
Total of 15. Okay, so what you notice is, again, the shepherds are wounded. So they're bleeding, but they don't have, nothing is too deep. And the wolves that are attacking the shepherds are paying more attention to the wolves running off with the sheep and looking back at the shepherds and looking back at the wolves with the sheep. There's some communication there.
These ain't normal
You
wolves.
do notice. Anything else you want to do? Talk to shepherds? Anything?
Me?
No, me. It's
No.
still my turn. I'm thinking.
You can shout and talk
For a
as free
second, I
action.
might
Right, yeah. I'll shout back to the others. These wolves are intelligent. There's not normal wolves. Watch out for them.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Alright. Bones.
Indeed.
Cranberries.
What do you want to do?
Whose turn is it now? Because that's the end of my
It's
turn.
Bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Okay, so I need to get a little bit closer still to use sleep.
What's your range on sleep?
90 feet.
You are within range.
Oh, good. Yes.
Let me see what
I will
sleep
use sleep. And I already rolled for this.
does. Okay,
I
look
preemptively
up.
rolled.
it does. Hang on. It might show a funky thing. I need to see if I need to roll anything. See, I have a player's handbook handy at least. You guys, I'm not completely like unprepared here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, this is more or less a test session, honestly.
Yeah, a warm-up, if you will.
Yes.
By the way,
Creatures within
I'm
20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order at their current hit points.
I am already extremely endeared with Grandpa.
Oh,
Grandpa Turtle's the best. He's like, ooh boy.
have a piece of candy, child.
I will protect you.
Okay. Alright,
So
so
nice.
you rolled your 5d8?
I rolled my what now? Sorry.
Roll 5d8.
Alrighty.
What about their
I
D?
got 26.
Hey now.
You got how many?
26.
26. Okay. I think you just about nearly... You downed like 2 of them, I think.
How many
Where are you aiming for? Are you aiming for the... Because it's only a 20-foot radius. Are you aiming for the wolves around the sheep, or are you aiming for the wolves around the shepherds?
I'll aim for the wolves around the sheep first.
There's 2, so you can definitely get those 2. Maybe wolf number 3.
I rolled a 20 for the d20 if I needed to do that, just in case.
No, you don't have to roll a d20. It's like an automatic hit. It's not saying I have to roll anything to... Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay. But anything that, like... Okay, yeah, no, we'll do it. Alright, we'll do it.
Woo!
Let's see,
Hooray.
so that's 1, 2... I'm figuring out my...
Take your time, no worries.
So you can possibly get 4 of them. Wolf number 5 is the one that is feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I think. Yeah, wolf number 5 is feeling it, Mr. Krabs. So he goes down. He is sleepy.
Yes.
Wolf number 1 goes down. So he had like a sheep in his mouth, and he's just like yawning. Sheep drops, and he's just like curled up in a little ball, and he's snoozing. He's all cute. Like
Jingles probably looks over to Grandpa like, I did it!
Grandpa nods solemnly in approval. Yes.
Grandpa approval is the best approval.
And then you got the other wolf that was carrying off the sheep as well.
Hell yeah!
No sheep for you.
Okay. Did you want to say anything else? Or is that it?
Let's see, what else did I want to do? I wanted to, let me see if I'm actually able to. Hang on, let me look. Am I allowed to use healing spells of any kind on animals?
I don't think so, no. Not on ones that you were fighting. So if you were like trying to do an... I could potentially let you do an animal hit check on him out of combat. If you wanted to attempt to like heal it. But there's no guarantee that he's going to be very grateful to you.
Wait, did we just take... Are all the wolves down or no?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
3 of them are
They're
down.
still the ones with the shepherds, yeah?
No, I mean healing the sheep or the shepherds.
Okay, you can heal the shepherds, and if the sheep have wounds, you can attempt to do an animal handling to calm the sheep enough to be able to then heal it.
Alright, I think I'll go ahead and do the shepherds after we help them first. I'll do that afterwards, but I think it's pretty done. I put everything to sleep, now it'll be easier.
3 of them are down, 3 of them are still, or 4 of them are still attacking the shepherds. No, 3 of them are still attacking the shepherds, my bad. And 2 of them are gone with heat. Well, they're on their way to going. They're on their way to going.
Well, how far am I actually from the shepherds?
You're 90 feet.
Okay.
So you can move if you want to move closer. You can still move to 60 feet, which would be next to...
I'm wondering if I can't use...
Gawain, I think.
Alright, actually... Can I use another spell, or do I have to wait again?
Unless it's a bonus action now.
Then I think I want to use sleep again on
You
the
can
wolves
either,
near the.
well, that's an action, so you can either move, or you can do a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Then I'll move closer, but that's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'm gonna put these to sleep so I can get the shepherd. I'm just trying to like get the wolves to be asleep. I won't deal with them when they're asleep. I'm just trying to nap time, everybody.
Go to sleep. Go
Okay.
to sleep.
Ajna, what do you want to do?
I mean, we still have to handle the wolves over there. I'm gonna still join up closer to Jangles because he clearly
So
knows what he's doing.
Do you want to take an action this turn, or do you want to take double your movement?
Me.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to take an action this turn, or do you want to do double your movement? Can you do any actions being 60 feet away?
As a fighter, I
want to
don't
fuck
think.
up some of the wolves while they're sleeping.
No.
Depends on the fighter, because some fighters have, like if they do like the Eldritch Knight kind of fighter, they can do some spells.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Okay, so probably your double movement is what you're going to want to do.
Very well. I want to follow Jangles briskly.
Okay, that puts you within 30 feet
Okay.
of the shepherds and the sheep and the wolves and everything going on. So you're almost there. Would you like to use any actions, any bonus actions?
Just complimenting Jangles for that sweet sleepy.
Okay.
The sleepy
Counts.
time
Somebody's
sound.
Okay.
crush on this gesture.
So that makes it.
Also, I probably accidentally ran into still. Was it a powder or magic thing of it? Is
sleep?
it still lingering? Yeah.
It's a spell.
It's like a
spell.
song,
So,
isn't
no,
it? Because you're a
You can't walk
bard.
up to it and like it affect you. It's only
I
within
may
a
have ran
20-foot
into-
radius. So basically, Bones pointed to a 20-foot, roughly 20-foot radius spot on the ground between all those wolves, and said sleep.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
certain wolves fell to sleep,
He's
but
a
not past that 20 feet.
he's a bard, so he sung him a nice little lullaby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I can't
I
see,
see.
That's alright.
but I do have a flute, so.
There you go.
And that's what you use to do
A
your
bone
casting, because otherwise with, like, sleep especially, requires material components, but because you're a bard, you don't have to pay that price.
I'm just imagining a jester running across a field playing a flute while wolves fall asleep,
The Pied Piper, except wolves go to sleep instead of mice following him.
and I'm running.
And jingling.
Jingle jangle jingle.
The flute is.
Not a jingling. Okay, so... that makes
The flute's just like those ugly little flutes with like the face and it makes a little honk sound.
Alright, so the shepherds didn't know you were gonna put them to sleep. And they're kind of in the moment, they're in the heat of the moment. So they accidentally hit the wolves that we put to sleep, at least two of them.
Oh no.
So those wolves they're a little groggy. However, the one that they hit is now dead,
Yay!
which is the one that Gawain hit. Because
Put
that's
him out of
totally
his
enough to
misery.
knock him out. The other two wake up, and noticing this happening, the other wolves as collective release a howl and run. They drop what they were after, they run. The shepherd's like, yeah, get out of here, that's right. But they're kind of half-assing it because they hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They said the swear word.
Fuck off!
You have messed with
Don't
their
swear.
plans for the day. They're probably not going to be very happy with you. So yeah, now you are free to. You are now out of initiative, so you are free
okay.
to go forward. Very interesting. I know that you weren't meant to kill the wolves.
That's alright.
They have realized they are outnumbered and went, oh shit, time to go.
Okay, so let me see. Now this is. I would
guys
like
doing?
to
Mm-hmm.
approach the downed wolf, and I
dead
would. Yes, the dead one.
Okay.
if I could cast Detect Magic on it.
You certainly can.
I don't know.
I mean, you can.
Oh, well, actually, now that you're saying
He's having a
that,
stroke.
see... Actually, let me look it over good, I think. Let me...
Okay,
Perception.
roll a perception check.
Because I always jump the gun and try to do things specific.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Total of 16.
So you notice these wolves, as far as you can tell, they just... It looks like a wolf to you. It doesn't look like there's anything too different. You do, however, notice a bit of cloth around its neck. Almost like it's wearing a cute little kerchief or something, you know, like it dressed up for the day. So there's something about these wolves that sets them aside from your typical wolf, and you realize this given the behavior of the wolves, how well they communicated with each other, almost as if they were talking right in front of you. But other than that, you can't really tell if there's any magic involved. That just they're they're not a normal wolf.
Mm-hmm.
You see my phone?
And that they communicate very well.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to check out?
Can I examine the cloth around its neck? See if there's like any markings on it, any clues as to who might have
You're more than welcome to. You can take it off and keep it for yourself if you want. It's just a tattered bit of cloth, really. There's no markings on it. It's just like it was torn off of probably a potential human that they may or may not have killed or had found, or just it seems like there's tear marks in it because it seems like it was affixed to said wolf with, you know, clawed paws. So
so it's not like a human trained these dogs and they were...
No, it looks very clearly like it was put on with razor blades.
It's hard to tie things with razor blades. Fun fact, you know.
And yet they did it.
Very skilled, very skilled. Anybody else want to...
Anybody else want to do anything?
Yes, I do.
What do you want to do?
I want to, I think I might be nice, and you said that the, shepherds. I almost called them bards.
No, that's what you are.
They're in disguise.
So, you said they were wounded, right?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to be nice and use healing word.
Okay. Go ahead.
Without their consent, of course.
I'm sure they will be appreciative of it, especially if you immediately do this. Go ahead and mark that off as a spell slot that you have used.
Alright.
You notice that it heals them back. They're still a little haggard. Go ahead and roll for how much you heal.
Alright. I roll 1d4.
And then add your spellcasting modifier to it.
Alright,
which would be... Let me pull you up here. So, your spellcasting ability is charisma. So whatever your charisma modifier is, add that to what you roll on the d4. And I'm assuming you fixed it from 22, because that's the one I'm looking at right now. So it should not be +6.
No, +4. And I rolled a 3, so...
Okay. So they got 7 points of healing between the two of them. They're looking a little better. They're still, like, really tired, really worn out. They are thanking you profusely now that you guys are up and close with them and talking to them, helping them. I'm assuming you guys are helping them out.
Well, I am.
Get back into order. Everything's a little in disarray. Do you want to help them out that way, or just kind of wobble around? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm probably going to... I should ask this already. Do I have... I don't have any skulls yet. I'll wait. I probably sort of I'm trying to think of a way to communicate to them other than one-word bones. I probably use my little bones to ask if they're okay. I don't really need to know any information from them because I don't feel the need to, because Grandpa's already on it.
He will be.
Okay.
But mark my words, saved him.
Body.
Did you want to do anything as well?
Well, since Jangles can't really speak to them, I wish to speak to them, be like, asking, where they come from, and is this a common occurrence of these wolves?
Well, they sigh and they say, "Oh, thank you kindly for your help there. You really got us out of a real pickle there. But
Canadian.
a real pickle there. Fortunately, happens more often than we like. Could we trouble you to help us back into town? We're headed right to Welton to bring in our sheep.
I nod
Some
profusely.
help if you would.
But
We wouldn't mind sharing with you, of course, what has been going on with all these wolves and sheep, if you really are wanting to know.
Oh yes, please do tell.
Okay.
I nod so hard that the bones jingle on my head.
Okay. So,
Lead the way, young man.
you work together and corralling the sheep, which takes a couple minutes because the dogs are a little tired too because they were trying to fight off wolves.
And
They're
the sheep are a bit shaken,
Yeah,
I'm
sheep
just
are a bit shaken.
imagining.
So unfortunately, Mr. Jangles does not really help too much with this because he just is jingling all over the place, and the sheep are like, "What is that? Why are you making that?"
They're just
noise?"
avoiding him, like, oh.
Yeah,
I probably like run around the outskirt to like herd them.
yeah.
towards
You've
the
quickly
inner
figured
part,
out
but
that you
that's
can
about it, and then I go sit
corral
on a-
them in. You've quickly figured out that you can kind of corral them in by like
It's like
running
watching a rodeo clown.
So
Imagine Gowan being like gentle to like the babies.
Picks up a
There's any
couple sheep
babies.
under their arms.
so you get them all corralled and
Yep.
you start walking on your journey back to Welton, which takes a while. And on this journey, these two shepherds start sharing their stories with you. So the first one, he comes to you and he says, "Course, all this started when that sorcerer, Father Merrickson's brother, upped and disappeared. Not that I'd hear a word against him, of course, but it makes you think, don't it?" And the other one replies, "Oh, yeah. First signs something out of the usual was going on came when the Petersons up on Spurrick's Hill had a dozen sheep snatched from inside a barn. Their boy got thrashed something awful for failing to close it. But a week later, the exact same thing happened, and even though old Peterson had locked up himself." The other one replies, yeah. Wheatley, who sells pots and pans and ointments hereabout, was chased off his cart by a pack of wolves. Says they appeared from the trees as if by magic. When he went back with some village lads, the horses were gone, and so were 3 sacks of thick leather he were planning to trade. So you're going on a little bit, you're getting all this information from them. You see the Welton come closer. The other one pipes up again. "Old shepherd named Grimstone, up Carnby way, was watching his flock when he heard calling from the trees begging for help. Well, he was off to check what was wrong, but he couldn't find so much as a gnome out there. While he was away, guess what? Dozen sheep of his just up and disappeared." Finally, you're about right up at the gates to Welton, and they have one final tale to regale you with. So they stop you for a minute, and a little bit of a serious look on their faces as he starts telling you this story. "A month or so ago, a band of blokes from the village went out to hunt the wolf. Track 'em back to their den. But as soon as they were in the darkest part of the woods, they were ambushed. Wasn't there myself, but some of 'em tell of boom and thunder, others of bursts of fire. Sounded like an unholy night. Anyway, a halfling named Featherrock, decent shepherd, was hurt real bad in the fight. All the others thought he was dead. But the next
No.
morning, he's found dumped on Wetley's doorstep near the woods. Poor man ain't been the same since. Tells wild tales of voices in the night. Cracked in the head, they say. So, you are now at Welton. The shepherds thank you kindly for escorting them the rest of the way. You know, oh, we feel alright, safer with you great adventurers escorting us the rest of the way there. If you ever need anything from us, you just let us know.
Oh, thank you. It's our pleasure.
Yeah, no problem at all. We'll, have some...
Jesus!
Sure.
That was me. Sorry. I didn't know. He's texting me. I don't have friends.
What did we say about
That's,
turning vibration off?
I believe Mr. Jangles has left
Oh.
the Discord channel.
Oh no.
He says he's gonna be right there.
Okay, we'll fill him in.
We'll fill him in. Alright, we'll
I'll
keep
just
going
have
since
a
I
little
have
jingly.
limited time before I get it. Okay. I'm glad we got through that before I had to leave because that was
Okay.
okay. So Welton sits on the banks of a slow-moving river with gentle hills rising up on each side. The houses and shops are generally made of oak, and I'm actually going to share with you all a map.
Okay.
Again,
well-
it's going in character sheets. So
It's
you
gonna
can
vibrate
watch
again.
this.
But I made a whole channel of shit we need to look at.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll put it there.
Sorry, I was
I'll
gone
put it
for a
everywhere.
Okay.
There we go.
We're fighting.
Okay, unfortunately,
Oh. Jangles got
Portrait-
distracted by cats.
yes.
Alright, so
There we go.
before you is a map of Welton to help you find your way
Village
around.
of
The houses and shops are generally made of oak, painted bright white, and many have elaborate carvings worked into the eaves. Wheat and sheep farming dominate the local economy, and people pay much more attention to the weather and wool prices than rumors of distant wars or disasters.
Which is bad because they all have sheep. There's
Yes.
one house that has one sheep.
Yes. So you
That
are
means-
currently at the gate. What do you want to do?
Okay, we are at the gate. Well, I do say those fellas gave us a few people to ask around about this mystery. Not
And
sure.
if you need me to repeat any names, please let me know.
The first one, 'cause I think you cut it out. I have here in my notes, ask Mayor about sorcerer.
Merrickson.
Merrickson, that's what it was, okay.
Merrickson.
No, Father Merrickson.
Father Merrickson.
The good father.
The priestly, the good father. The good father is there.
Father Ted.
Where can we find such a man?
All
Father.
are you asking the shepherds this?
Yeah, because they just said the name, but I don't know where they are.
No.
Where are they?
Oh, well, Father Merrickson would be found at the council meeting. You should stop by the Shepherd's Crook. It's opposite the Growers Hall and the Fleecers Hall. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
But look for the innkeeper there, and a lovely dwarven woman named Lenore Slatebeard. She'll help you out and point you in the right direction.
Does she have a beard?
I was just...
Thank you, dear. Thank you, you
Not
two
that
lads.
outright,
We'll be
no.
heading our way.
But don't let her spend that question.
You're cutting out just slightly, Queen.
That with
Oh.
beard.
Oh, it's less than slight
Oh
now.
no, it's worse.
That's weird.
There we go, much better.
But don't let her husband hear you asking if she's got a beard. He might not take too kindly to that. Anyway, have a lovely day.
Thank
And they
you.
cart themselves off.
Okay. Well, her husband better have a beard or I'll be right disappointed.
Any other names?
I dream of a beard.
Well, I've also written down Shepherd Grimstone and Featherrock.
Featherrock, yes.
Featherrock. As 3 possible people to ask about this strange occurrence. So, well, we've gotten directions to what I'm guessing is the inn where they're having a nice town meeting. So, seems logical.
So are
we
you
should-
entering?
If everybody else doesn't have any more ideas, I'd say that's the most logical place to head.
Alrighty.
I
Is everybody else going in?
I will follow you to the ends of the earth, turtle grandpa.
Good boy, good boy.
An adorable little turtle man. Makes me want
Alright.
to cry.
We waste no time, Gowan.
How are you sure about that?
You enter the village. Go ahead and does anybody want to like look around as you're walking?
Yeah. We'll do.
Yes, I
Alright.
do.
Let's all do that, and whoever has the best perception, I think.
Who can look more?
Who could look better? Look with your
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, all of you can roll if you want. If there's anything in particular you're looking for.
Okay. I want to look about, see if there's anybody milling about the streets, the general, you know, how they look, if they're, like, looking at us strange, something like that, you know. Just get a feel for the mood of the town at the moment.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
Well, apparently Grandpa needs glasses, because I rolled a 9.
Okay, well, with that 9, you can at least see that the vast majority of the population here are human,
Mm-hmm.
though there is a sizable minority of halflings and a small handful of dwarves, so you don't notice any other species, so 2 of you are sticking out like a sore thumb. You see 0 orcs, so yeah, and you definitely see no other turtle people.
Oh, that's fine. We don't venture this far out of the marsh.
You also notice that as though it is by no means a rich village, Welton also isn't poverty-stricken either. They're okay.
A nice, comfortable village.
Yes, it's a nice, comfortable village. They're not really struggling, but they're not like lavished with riches, things like that.
Have an idea.
Streets aren't paved, that kind of thing. But the buildings are kind of nice. Anybody else want to take a look around, see what they see?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll perceptions. We'll start with Jangles.
Alright. It's a D20, yeah?
D20, and then your perception skill check modifier. So for yours, I think that is...
Well, I got a 14 plus a... Oh!
Plus
yeah,
2,
no, that's
so it's a 16.
Yeah.
Same
Wait a
thing
second.
you notice. You
Perception
don't...
is plus 3.
Plus 3? Okay, yeah, so... Same thing you notice. 2 of your party members definitely stick out like sore thumb. You feel like you probably blend in a little bit better, considering just by what you happen to be, but you also stick out a little bit too, considering you are jester decked out at bones. You also notice, however, that there are more people idling in the streets than you may expect at this time of year. And many appear to be openly concerned and may be hungry or worried about food. Unusually heavy traffic and impact of many hooves have reduced the dirt streets to muddy quagmires in places.
Oh, that's no problem for me. I live in a muddy quagmire.
Okay.
You're sinking.
Turtle Grip is so cute.
Jeremy, are you alright? You're crying.
Okay, Hajna, would you like to also do a perception? You can go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, I got... Yeah. I got 10.
You got a 10.
It's okay. I
So
know
you
he's
notice
precious. He's precious.
the village is pretty small.
I can't hear you.
So the village is pretty small. Aside from houses and things like that, the village offers little beyond like a small general store and pretty much nothing else of great interest other than the Shepherd's Hook, which which has been mentioned to you by the shepherds. The Shepherd's Hook. And you notice that it's very bustling around the Shepherd's Crook, which you can see ahead of you. It happens to be hosting both the village council meeting, which they had suggested, and of course it's you know, it's an inn, so the inn is basically the place to be, and you notice a lot of people going in and out there. All right, where would you guys like to go?
I have an idea.
Do you now, James?
James.
I'm just going to keep switching it up,
He's
different
just
J
gonna call you
names.
different names.
I'm fine with that. I don't care. So it's not irregular for a bard, a jester like myself, to throw a little show. I'm wondering if it might be a good idea to throw like a little show and see what Grandpa and Orc can't see out of that. Like, if I gather more people around, maybe they can sort of start casual conversation with the locals and perhaps get some gossip.
You are more than welcome to try.
Don't lie, you just want
ask
them
your-
to toss some coins to you.
I don't know what you said, but sure.
Okay, sorry. I'll try to be more clear. It's like,
So I conspire with my group mates.
yes,
They might think that might be a good idea.
could be. Good way to strike up a conversation while they're in a good mood, I suppose. They look rather miserable right now, it seems.
Let's see.
Show
if I
them a
can-
delightful time, Jangles.
That's not what it's about, but sure. Blush.
They're sad, make them happy. Do your job, you're a jester. Also, sorry, a second week I had to go outside because I was in my brother's room and I couldn't really concentrate because
It's
he's
alright.
cleaning his room, so I shouldn't be in there probably.
Yeah, maybe not.
So I'm just outside.
Alright. So, I'm gonna try and start a show. I am not exactly sure how to go about that, but I find a box.
So what you can do is you can make a performance check. So if you find yourself a spot in where do you want to move to do this show?
It's probably not a great spot. Do they have like a gallows or like
Not
some kind
really
of
that
thing?
you've noticed. And again, you can look on your map there to see
Oh,
there's like that little fountain kind of thing in
Like the well in the middle of the
center where the
town.
well is.
I'm going
that you
to
can-
climb the well.
Climb the well.
There's also, of course, the docks, which would be the other place to maybe possibly make something work.
I think I'll do it first near the well, since that's sort of the center of the little village here.
And you don't want to bother people while they're working on the docks. It's...
Yeah, but it might be a good idea to go down there later.
Yeah, at some point, yes.
Okay, so you make your way over to the well. A couple people are kind of looking at you like, what? But,
Lol.
okay, that's new. So you got a couple people already kind of stopping, doing like a double take at you. Especially with your compatriots following you, they're like really doing a double take of like,
Is
oh
it
boy,
a shell? It's a shell, isn't it?
yeah. So if you are wanting to get people close, go ahead and make a performance check, and based on your performance check, we'll see if enough people fall for it, if you will.
Fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me just grab up my character sheet because it decided to crash. Okay, so I rolled a 17, but with my performance check, that'll be +6.
Okay,
Wow.
and what do you do for this performance?
Let's see. Normally I would do some puppetry, but I do not yet have the material. So I'm gonna go ahead and play my bone flute.
Okay. So you start playing this melody. Is it joyful? Is it playful? Is it sad? Is it like a harrowing tale in music? What kind of music are you playing?
Let's see. I'll probably start off with a light-hearted one, and then go into a really energetic one, maybe, because this town's tired.
Yes, it's a very tired town. You have noticed that. So you're
It's a
starting to
merry,
play this
energetic
ditty,
tune.
this tune, if you will, and added to the fact that you're kind of weird, like on this well playing music. You've got a pretty decent crowd coming in.
Yeah.
You've got a
Playing
pretty
Thunder
decent
Down Under.
following.
Guys,
Alright, so I'm gonna
need that-
pause
I
you
need
guys
that-
for just a second. Let me switch the Discord over to my phone so I can go
Okay.
mobile and get in my car. And we can continue on, at least with this little part while I'm driving.
Okay.
It may be the 15 minutes of me bringing him back, or about 10 minutes really, between 11 and 11:15ish, that we may take the full break. So,
Okay.
but while I'm in the car by myself, I can DM just fine.
Oh yeah.
All right, so give me 5.
Sure.
I'm just switching over to the Discord on my phone. Hang on.
Here.
So when I said yeah, my cat outside my window decided to meow with the same inflection, and
Yeah.
my cat
Your cat's radical.
Clamp will tell you that my cat is like my best friend.
Yeah. I know the feeling. Like, I have 2 cats, and they are my life, and I'm very sad that I
Okay,
can't
okay, there we go.
have them in our house right now.
Oh.
I have to-
Apologize if the quality is not as good as my other mic.
Oh, it's fine.
It's good.
Alrighty.
I'm cold. I didn't bring a blanket.
No, what is cold? Because
I'm outside. I don't know why, but today has been gray, foggy, and a little drizzle.
I will trade
I
you.
don't know.
I will trade
Yeah,
you
never
because
talk-
I've got the blazing sun of Florida summer above my head, and it's only spring.
Clamp,
I know.
talk about weather with a Floridian.
I'm sorry.
Never talk about weather with a Floridian.
I
There's
keep
two
forgetting.
rules.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
rules. Don't talk about weather with Floridians, and don't talk about weather with Australians.
At the moment, you can say I'm both.
It's just, you don't.
Well,
Holy
you know,
cow, we can't.
Florida is just America's personal little slice of Australia. That's why it's so goddamn hot here.
And all shitty animals.
And all animals that want to kill you.
Oh, that's a cool lizard on my doorstep. He's like really stripy and cool. Ooh.
You know what I found?
It has a gun.
Actually, hold on. Let me tell you this, and this will give you an
God.
idea of the animals we have here in Florida.
Yeah.
One time
I
I found.
already know.
Yeah. My cat was playing with something, a lizard, because they snuck in the house I was in all the time. And I rescued this lizard from her, and it was a black lizard, but it had, like, leopard spots. And from its nose to its tail, the leopard spots were a rainbow. Like, at its nose, it started at red, and then it went to, like, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple by the time you got to the tip of its tail.
A friend.
Yes! I found a rainbow fucking lizard.
A friend.
A friend. So I rescued it and put it outside.
My, this is irrelevant almost, but my old cat, Nugget, when I used to live over in a different town, she was a heavily overweight cat. She was fat. But she still managed to catch a, hummingbird for my mom, and then another thing that she caught was she actually caught and ate a baby crow.
Oh, jeez.
And if you know anything about crows,
Oh, yeah.
is that they're a little bit known for holding grudges.
Yeah.
And every time my cat went outside, I heard crows. And every time she came home, I heard crows. So
You know, you've reminded me. I can't believe I've forgotten about this. Thank you for mentioning crows, because I do have a fucking familiar with me. Let me just look up real quick my familiar shit. Ah, this is bad. All of that preparation, and I forget things. Where?
I can't draw legs.
No one knows.
I am back. Sorry. sorry, my car is a butt about connecting with Bluetooth. But we are here, and we are driving to Walmart, guys. It's gonna be great.
Ooh, Walmart.
Ooh,
The
right.
best place to be.
That's where my brother works. I have to go get him from work.
Oh, no.
Dilemma.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Dangles, you have this performance that you're doing, and you have most definitely drawn a crowd, but and you're not really sure whether it's actually because of your music, or if it's because you're just weird.
Come
You're
and
not
see
really
the
sure,
freak
but
show.
It is working. It is
Can we
working.
do a little jig?
You
I
can
was
do a
picturing
little thing, go
myself
for it.
dancing. I was picturing
Are
myself
you-
dancing a little bit around the edge of the well.
Okay. You may also roll a performance check.
Yes.
No, oh god. Don't fuck it up for me, orc. I will
What?
end you.
I wasn't paying attention.
So,
I zoned out a little bit. Like, oh, there's a crowd.
What did you get?
you said you were gonna dance.
What'd you get, mate?
Right, but what did you
Oh.
roll?
That's what I was doing. I got a 12.
For your performance?
Yeah,
What-
you're doing some sort of orcish jig. Nobody else really knows what it is.
I wish
but
to.
They
Gowan,
don't-
may I have this dance?
Why, of course. I don't know. I've got a performance and my
some
charisma
spike
shit.
in here, yeah.
Yo, I'm just I'm imagining like, will you, won't you, won't you join?
Mm.
I'm just dragging you.
Okay,
Like a
I'm dancing like Soldier 76 because I rolled an 8.
But you know what? Nobody in this village has met your kind before, so for all they know, that's
They
like
can't tell you you're doing it wrong.
people. They really don't know. I mean, they're just your regular old villagers. They're not really gonna know that that's totally an old guy dance and not like a dance of your people.
Then again, if this is a turtle man, his legs are probably like 2 feet long. So.
Yeah, they're kind of short and stubby. They are. Okay, so
I
it's.
mean, the kids are enjoying it. The kids are seeing a giant ass turtle
All
fumbling
that
around and like
matters,
bebopping. They're having a good time.
all
Okay.
that matters is that everyone is enjoying themselves.
Okay.
Dance to my electro funk.
Dangles continues to play this tune. The tune changes here and there to something maybe a little more upbeat, something a little bit more melodic. Still with a happiness to it. His goal is to bring forth a happiness, and even though he doesn't speak words, you can kind of almost get a story from him. You get a tale from him as he plays this.
Damn, I'm
You've
good.
danced a little. You two have danced a little ditty around the whole well a couple of times through 1 or 2 songs, and you're a little more tired out. And it's at that point you remember why you agreed with Jangles to do this in the first place. Oh, we're supposed to talk to people. So do you want to continue dancing, or do you want to actually interrogate the citizens?
I want to do a little shuffle over to Gowan and be like, wait, are we supposed to do something?
Oh yeah, it is.
I'm probably like looking at you guys like, you guys gonna get a
Hi,
little tired
you're-
here.
We were helping draw the crowd, and we've drawn the crowd. We are going to strike up a conversation with one of these fine folk.
Okay.
Hold crap.
I desire to approach a young mom with her kids. Can I do that?
I hope that's not creepy.
You can.
That's the point.
He's a little turtle grandpa, you can't be creepy. It's impossible.
Yeah, but she's an orc.
How are
Children!
You
We need the orc to go talk to the like workers and
Yeah,
shit.
it's a big buck.
Fine, I'll go to the construction worker. Old man can go talk to the children.
Yeah, fan out and get more information that way.
Right.
You're right.
okay.
Rely on yourself.
Okay,
I want
who
to talk to
wants
some burly dude.
who wants to interrogate first then?
Well, I'm busy, so.
Yes, well, of
Yeah,
course.
he's doing a little toodle too. I
Yeah.
shall do the interrogating.
Okay, you go do that first, and I'll talk to someone when you're done.
Okay.
Okay, so you make your way over to someone you deem as a construction worker, whether it be by that he's got maybe some muscles or he looks really sweaty.
just the overall appearance of what you think a construction worker might be, although you realize there might not be that many actual construction workers here because it's kind of a
I was thinking like
at least
shipyard
there's
workers.
people, so
Well, look
you
like
go
what's
down
who
over-
smells like fish.
So you find one of the guys who smells like fish. He is haggard. He is, freshly off the boat, if you will, off his shift, and he comes into town. He's about to. You could tell he's probably looking to go home, and he saw this spectacle in the town square, and maybe got distracted like with most other people who are in this area right now. Do you want to introduce yourself? What do you want to do?
I do want to introduce.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay.
Sir. Salty sir, I need to have a word with you.
He looks at you a little weird, but you notice he's not looking at you like as the other citizens here have looked at you, because he smells like fish. He's come off a boat, so he may have seen one of your kind
more
before.
stuff.
You're not sure, but he says, "Can I help you?" Like, he's
You
looking at
can!
Why are you talking to me? What?
Help me help you.
Okay. Help, what do you need? You can tell he's tired, so he's a little short to the
Yes.
point. Well, what do you need?
Wait, why is that music playing? Hold on.
We've heard issue of your shortage of sheep in this town. Know anything about it?
Oh, well, I've heard something about it too recently. I've unfortunately been away on the boat there, so I don't know much more about it than you do. But if I were going to look about some information, honestly, the best place to find it's probably at the inn there. Everybody goes there. I was gonna go there.
I was gonna go there.
Then I just got so
Then
damn
let me join you if you don't mind.
So you're just gonna head towards the inn?
actually-
I'm just gonna leave you.
He's just gonna go. He's like,
Yep.
that's really not.
Don't worry.
Jeez.
You're gonna get talked out.
She's harassing the town. We must stop her.
Are you trying to get him to take you with him, or to take?
Yes.
You trying to get him to take you?
Are you asking him on a date?
No.
Clamp, you might
Smelly.
want to roll intimidation, but it might be unintentional intimidation.
Can I roll for unintentional intimidation, Queen?
I was gonna
With
say
disadvantage?
you roll for persuasion. Are you trying to intimidate him into taking you, or are you trying to persuade him?
You will take me.
Okay,
I-
roll an intimidation check.
I feel like I should stop this.
Don't roll.
Yes, I've wandered off looking for something else. Unfortunately,
We left Jangle.
no, we didn't. We're still in the crowd. It's just you're on one side, I'm on the other. I can't really see what you're doing. You know, so
Grandpa would never leave him behind.
Grandpa knows where you are. He just doesn't know what you're up to.
The back, there's a roll of napkins.
Okay.
Right over here, but,
Okay.
Okay.
So, Turtle
I
Grandpa.
gotta get napkins.
Okay, Turtle Grandpa. Yes, yes, Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Okay, well,
That's my favorite one. You know, because I look like a Jasmine. Definitely my name, 100%.
Alright, guys, while she's getting napkins, do we want to cut to you and see what you are possibly finding out?
Sure. Can I, real quick, look about the crowd, see if I might see someone of interest, someone who might particularly have something to say.
POI.
Yeah, a person of interest, if you will.
Okay, roll a perception.
Okay.
I
Wow!
don't have any
Grandpa left his
Household.
glasses at home, because that's a modified 7.
I
That's
mean,
lower than the
as
last
far as
time.
As far as you can tell, most of the people here seem like they probably might know something. I mean, they kind of all look the same.
They're people.
They're people. Most of them that you're looking through, you probably some haggard faces
Mm-hmm.
I need
that
to find
are like
Grandpa's
from the
spectacles.
yard, so you could try one of them, or you could try a small child. They're not always as observant of the world around
No.
themselves. So I mean, most of them seem like that they are from this village.
Okay.
And although there are a lot of faces here that look like they could be travelers, you're not really sure. The only way you're gonna know is to ask.
Alright, let me ask one of the adults that does not look so
Okay.
much like a sailor, looks like they're either, I don't know if you tell a difference between a villager or a passer-through, but definitely not a sailor. Because they'll
Okay,
be
so
out
you're
in the field.
going up to like male, female. You looking for
Sure,
somebody
I'll
like they're just-
I'll
What do you
approach one of the lovely ladies.
Okay. You approach her. She's a little uncertain of you.
Right. I beg your
What'd you say to
pardon,
her?
madam. My name is Professor Gowan Moali. I would just like to know, if... You seem to be having a very strange problem with wolves around here. Do you know anything about that?
You notice in her response to you, at the mention of wolves,
Mm-hmm.
her eyes get a little wide for a second, like she feels that initial fear almost about the mention of wolves. And she says to you, you seem like a very kind gentleman,
Oh, well, thank you.
and very able-bodied.
Well, thank you.
She's still a little uncertain of you. You can
Right.
tell in her voice. She's got that look at you, like she's trying to like size you up.
Mhm. Like, what is
It
this?
says we've been having a wolf problem for quite some time. Although, I can't rightly put my finger on when it is that it's really started a couple months ago.
One moment, please. One moment, please. Because I can't hear you over the stuff that's happening at Plam's house. Are we settled? Are
I
we?
have to take out trash. No, I have
Okay.
to take out trash, but you can keep talking. I'm just carrying the phone around. What's that?
Oh, jeez. Oh, dear.
But we hear everything.
Yeah,
no.
well, that's the issue. We hear literally every move you make. And
I'm sorry.
I
I
can't
shouldn't have done this.
I can't hear Queen
Can you
over.
mute your mic for a second? Mute your mic for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Oh, I have
you.
an
Yeah, I'll
idea.
get back.
What about that Discord option where you tap to hear?
I don't know.
there's
Anyway, well, we're good now.
I'll just leave the phone behind. Fuck it.
We'll catch you up.
I'll just leave it on
Mute your
the.
mic for a minute.
Anyway.
Alright.
Wait, how do I?
Okay, so Plant, go into settings,
Oh, dear.
Yes. No, I
Go
got
into
it. Shh.
voice and video, and push to talk.
Okay, bye.
Alright, continue, Queen, please.
Okay. Well, I can't rightly remember when it really started. I'd say a couple months ago, but to be quite honest with you, you might want to try checking in with the good father.
Yes.
He seems awfully concerned with the going-ons of everything here. He might be able to guide you a little better.
Yeah, it's Father Merrickson. I've heard of him. What sort of things does he do around town? Obviously, he runs the temple, but
Yeah, normally he can be seen either at the church, of course, or at the various council meetings. In fact, I think there's one about to take place here in just a few moments. If you'll meander your way over to the inn, that'd be where you'd find him.
oh, well, quite good.
Surely.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. We will do just that.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And she's still not really sure what to do with you, honestly, because you're like a giant talking turtle, but she knows you're really nice, so she's like, okay.
Comes with those.
Yeah, you can tell she
Yes.
has never seen one of you before. She has no idea what she's dealing with, but you seem so nice,
Yes.
you know.
It comes with those years of working at a university.
I'm trying to draw him right now because
Aw.
I'm in the
Hey, actually, just to let you know, Cricket Krona, which is one sole viewer that's stuck through us this entire time, said that they wanted to draw all three of our characters.
Oh, fan art.
Fan art already. And those will be proudly displayed when they are done.
Yes, they will be proudly displayed on the stream somehow, some way. We will make it happen.
Actually, I've already got a plan. Don't you worry about that.
To help me and our viewer, does Grandpa have a tail?
Grandpa does have a tail.
I'm so happy.
Grandpa has a little turtle tail, yes.
I'm weeping.
Jesus, hell! I'm hearing all this shit while you guys are by my tits.
What about your tits?
I don't have pockets on my shorts.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what's happened.
So I'm just gonna stay out here away from the apartment. I'll just sit out here on the cinder block.
Okay.
I didn't bring sketching, and it's getting dark. So I wanted to draw my fucking orc, but I guess not.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll be in a fucking tent while you guys are at home on your computers.
Anyway, do you want to...
Oh yeah, I've been bothering a stinky salty man.
Yeah, you have
I'm just
been.
gonna head over. Yes, I wish. Is it my turn or did Jangles go? Yeah.
Well, you still need to finish up with your salty boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna dismiss because I got distracted and be like, oh right, that's the place I need to go, so I'm gonna go to the Shepherd's Inn.
Are you
Whatever.
going to go by yourself, or are you going to grab your other two
Yes,
companions?
I think we should reconvene with Jester.
I desire to
Mr.
grab
Jones?
Jangles by the collar.
Jangly Jones.
By the collar and pull him away.
I know that
And tuck him under my arm. Carry. I wish to carry Jangles.
Are you doing this in the middle of his performance?
Yes, I'm just gonna interrupt him. Yeah, I'm gonna do
Jangles,
that.
Help, I'm being
Jangles, do you
kidnapped.
willingly go? Do you willingly go, or do you resist?
I'll willingly go. I'll probably, like, play and then, like, kick my leg up as I'm being carried away.
Okay, so you willingly carried away by this big ol' orc. Brutish orc. And do you meet up with Gawain?
Oh yes, I will follow them.
I desire to call. Yes, yes. Come along, Gawain. We have a mission to complete.
Yes, of course. I almost called you your real name. Stroking with a random ass name. Yes, Susie, I'll be right there.
I think he's just gonna forget who he is later in life.
He's going a little
I won't
funny in
follow
the
him.
head.
Oh dear.
He's been
Sorry
locked up
if
in a
the
wizard's
wind is
tower for a very
acting
long
up.
time.
Let me know if you guys hear a bunch of wind so I could cover the phone mic.
Okay, well it's good right now.
Okay.
Alright, so where are you going? You going to the Shepherd's Crook?
Yep, I believe that's where
Yes.
we're all headed.
Okay. So, you
Kick the door open and be like, what's up?
No. Yes.
You want to do that?
No.
I want to kick it.
Kick what? What are we kicking? What are we kicking?
Oh. I want to kick the door for an entrance.
I need to stop making suggestions.
I don't know that we
myself.
have the money to repair that door if you break it.
Also,
Fine. I want to use Jangles to open the door.
Are you
'cause I
using
stole-
Jangles as a battering ram?
Yes.
Oh no! I won't suggest that.
This one's even better. I wish to do that.
Java, where are you?
can I escape? I like see this happening and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Is that an acrobatics roll?
Try. You can either do acrobatics or strength, but you're going
I'm gonna
up
go
against...
Going up
Uh,
against a full-blooded orc.
You are going against her strength.
I wanna go dexterity.
It's going to be either a strength or acrobatics to break a grapple. 'Cause you're
I'll go
technically
with acrobatics.
Yeah, with your stats, I would go acrobatics.
Definitely.
So you're going to roll an acrobatics check. Clamp roll a strength check unless you're gonna willingly let him go. Which I don't think you are, considering you want to use this battering ram.
I will hang on. There, I got an 8.
Okay.
Is that plus your strength modifier?
Shit. I don't. Wait. I forgot what my modifier is. I forgot to write that down.
Oh no.
It's on the computer, but not
Hold
on my phone.
I can pull it up. Hold on. I've got you. Hold on. 1
I wanted
minute.
to tweak those a bit.
Did you already tweak them?
No, I wanted to look. I think I switched my wisdom to con.
Couple of things.
I don't remember.
Couple of things.
I don't remember.
With this, first of all, you didn't save. Second of all, we didn't even get to your race bonuses when I was helping you, so you've actually got more strength than you know. I think you've got
no.
So I think that would make your strength a 17, which is that a +3 or +4?
+3.
Let's say +3 for now. Hold on.
Alright, well it
I'm
doesn't
scared
matter
over-
because I rolled a 19 and I have a +5.
Yeah, I didn't think it would matter.
Damn.
Just
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm frightened by how he did that.
You expertly wiggle your way out of the orc's grasp somehow. You have no. Meanwhile, the orc is like, "How did you?"
Can I also slap? Can I slap this orc's hams and point at this orc very angrily? Like, don't do that. Slap your hams and point at you angrily.
I just imagine this like really exaggerated miming pointing in this frowny face like no.
Yeah.
I like
So
to
you're
think.
you're gonna slap an orc.
Yeah. Of course I am. I'm gonna slap him on the ham.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Roll an attack roll.
No.
No, God.
So you're going to roll your d20 and add your strength modifier to it.
Both of them?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. What's
Roll
Plamp's
D20.
saving throw?
Clamp, you don't have to save from it. It's just whether or not it beats your DC or AC or
Oh
not.
right. Yeah.
So
I accidentally opened my camera by shaking the
We
phone.
didn't put that down, or at least you didn't save it after you put that down, so I don't know what it is.
Can I redo it? Can I redo everything?
No.
tell you what, here's what we'll do, because I'm about to have to go in to go grab my brother. We're gonna take 15 minutes for you guys to work on your sheets real quick and fix it. Okay?
You didn't tell me this! You did not tell me any of this! You're like, okay, well wait, and then like a couple minutes later, like, okay, we're gonna start.
I didn't say wait. I was. You're the one that went off and done stuff. I was trying to actively help you with this, and you kept on disappearing.
Alright guys, I gotta go in to go grab him.
Okay.
So, take 15. I gotta mute my mic or I have to exit the voice.
Mhm.
Take
Alright,
15 to fix your sheet.
Yeah.
I will be listening in on the way home, but I'll have my brother with me, so I'll be muted, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
So I'm
I'll
going to
head back.
whip you up on my little app here.
Oh.
We'll see what we can
Okay.
do. Just really quick.
Hey, I think it's safe for me to head back inside.
Okay. Let's see.
Uh,
Let's see. Oh,
So I could write this shit down too.
fighter.
I'm
Does
sorry, I had to
Outlander.
learn how to drive.
It's alright.
I got
So,
scared and sweaty.
I'm going to work out your stats real quick.
Okay.
does Turtle Grandpa have any clothes?
Turtles don't typically wear clothing. He does wear a cloak, like, over his shell, and he's got, like, all of his bags and stuff, like, strapped across him with, like, bandoliers and straps, but technically he's not really wearing clothes, because turtles really don't need to. They've got a giant shell.
Okay, because I did draw the shell already, and it'd be a shame to cover that up.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
But
you
I think I will
Shell.
I
Draw it
will
without the
force
cloak.
this to work. I will force this to work. I refuse to let
I will
Turtle
say,
Grandpa go.
Turtle Grandpa has something special about his shell.
What? Sonia.
Okay,
Jessa, why'd you open the door if you knew she's running out?
Hun.
I was looking for you.
So what?
oh jeez.
Give me the leash, I'll just walk through.
Here, no, take it off. We're gonna go to the store, okay?
Okay, don't lock it, I'll just go.
Jeez.
Clamp.
Hey,
Hey,
Yeah.
Use your mic.
I need you to clamp. Are you? Oh jeez.
No.
Clamp.
No, the phone's not. Yes, what? I'm hearing you. I'm also hearing them.
I know,
Use
but
your mic.
you need to pick 2 from these. That's a noise.
Yes, it's a noise.
Okay.
Okay, pick
Your mic.
of what?
The-
What do I need to pick? He's asking me a question.
Okay.
Yes, but mute your mic.
What does that? That doesn't make any sense. How am I
Never
gonna answer a
mind.
question if
Never
I don't need a mic?
mind. Okay, forget it. We're good. Okay, you get to choose 2 from acrobatics and animal handling, history, insight, or perception. Pick 2.
Animal and perception. No, not perception.
Perception, not
I forgot
perception.
the choices. No,
Okay.
not animal and I already forgot the other choices.
Acrobatics, history, insight, or perception.
Insight.
Insight. Okay. Instinct. Okay. Fighting style. What's your fighting style? What do you fight with?
One-handed weapons.
One-handed weapons.
Is that a-
Okay.
Yes.
So, would you say you fight defensively or not?
Defensive, yeah.
Okay, let's go with defense.
I'm a tanky.
You're tanky. Next.
Tanky wanky.
Okay. Let's go with that. What is your weapon exactly?
Shit, what's it called?
Describe it to me.
It's a handle.
Okay, Grace.
It's like it's
Probably a glaive.
Like
what is the glaive?
a glaive. So we'd say maybe a halberd,
I don't know.
or more of a lance.
It's hammer shape. It's like a thing that's like hammer shape, but it's not a hammer.
Oh, well, there is a warhammer here. I don't know if
I thought Warhammer was for 2 hands.
could be, unless you want like a fucking Thor style warhammer.
Or we could have like Gladiolus' weapon.
I'm unfamiliar with that particular weapon.
I
know I watched.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay, so you want one-handed,
Yes.
longsword.
Yes.
Okay, let's just keep it simple. Done. Okay, hand axes. Those work. And sure, we'll go with that. Alright. Okay. By the way, if any one of you, Krona, has any questions for any of us or our characters, now would be the time to ask it.
Let's see, do I?
Or if you have any questions, sure.
You don't talk about. You don't ask any questions about my character, Jester. You're like, oh, turtle.
The turtle's freaking cute. I would die for him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
See,
one more.
oh, he can be the cute one, but I can't be the cute character.
I'm
Doing
just-
me.
Turtle, you're gonna be a gnome.
I can be cute.
Every time I think of the word gnome, I just think of Gravity Falls.
Oh.
Shmebulok.
Okay. Well, the way I've statted you now, you have a score of 18 in strength.
Oh.
You're an orc. That's sort of the thing.
Yeah, it is. I
Are known for.
For your level up thingy, I gave you strength and constitution.
Yay.
Once we're done here, I will tell you your stats.
Okay.
And we will write
Alright,
down
any more
appropriate.
questions?
Yeah,
I
it
gave
will.
you
Oh,
a cane.
Anything?
Is that okay?
What was what okay?
I gave you a cane, and is it okay if the cane has a turtle head?
Grandpa is quite alright with this game. Grandpa likes this game.
Okay.
Grandpa does not quite need this cane yet, but it's a handsome cane, and he will not say no to it. Because now Grandpa speaks in the third person.
Oh shit, this is gonna break.
Don't break whatever it's gonna break.
Don't break the
It's a
cane.
pen.
Yeah.
No, it's a pen I just bought.
Okay. Because
For
Grandpa.
like lining.
Yeah. Grandpa does already have a quarterstaff that he can use to walk with. I also
Alright,
have a
Clamp,
magical
what about you?
raven perched on my shell if you'd like to feed him a cracker.
He's a really cute turtle man, okay?
Not even that little, he's bigger than you.
He's quite big, actually. Hold on, let me see how tall he is. Hold on.
Oh shit, I
You're
grew
big.
smaller.
You might be smaller than
That's
him.
because he's a round shape.
Not by much though, he's about as tall.
Yeah, I'm 5'6", but he's got you on weight. He's 783
Oh, okay, cool,
pounds.
because I'm 5'8", so this actually looks accurate.
Yeah, there you go.
5'6", 5'8", yeah. I'll send you guys the picture of what I have your pet after I line it, and then I just gotta drop Clamp.
Alrighty, we will have to. We've already got something like a fan art thing we've got to run. I'm not complaining.
Accidentally switched pens, but I'm okay.
Oh no.
What the heck is my setup? I'm just carrying you all around in the phone. At least Queen has a more settled thing, like, oh, the Bluetooth in the car. Beep beep. Yeah, I'm just running around the house. They're just cleaning everything, and they have to be loud.
Oh, well.
My dog needs attention.
Alas, I'm nearly out of mead. I sippeth at my cup.
You look like a Koopa.
If you want an idea of his face, have you ever seen the old show Franklin, or was that before your time?
No, the Franklin thing is kind of going on right now, actually.
Is it? It's coming back.
Yeah, a little
Okay. Like, Franklin's grandpa, that's his face.
That's about accurate, almost.
Okay, good.
Except for I went for a more Oogway approach. It's like Franklin and Oogway.
But he does have a very spiky shell.
Oh,
Not like super spiky, but it's got like the ridges, like almost tortoise like.
okay, cool, perfect. Because I
Okay.
did that.
Perfect.
Wonderful. It might not be as where it needs to be, but it's based on what I imagine, so.
Yes.
I usually do the first drawings of characters based on what I imagine, and then the second one more accurate. Because it's just more fun to see, like, oh, well, that's what you imagined.
Maybe one day you will know the secret of his shell.
Oh.
The shell is full of lies.
That's where he sleeps. But that's not the secret.
Yeah,
of his
where
shell.
he lies.
Yes, well.
Where he lies.
It's full of whys.
Yeah, that's where it snaps.
No, it's not full
That's
of
his house.
lies. It's full of whys because it's full of me.
Yeah, that's what I... That's what I was saying.
It's full of dinner if we get too desperate and look at him a different way.
No!
Hey, no turtle
No.
soup. No turtle soup.
You're right. You're past your date.
Jesus.
Sell by date.
Hey, now.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him like a little fanny pack, kinda.
Sure, yeah, he's got packs all over the place.
I love
He's
that.
got little pouches everywhere for those, like, components and stuff.
Due to the fact that I haven't mentioned anything about my character, I'm just imagining it's just a naked orc.
Oh, I haven't drawn the orc yet because I have no idea what they look like.
Well,
other
I
than
put
orc.
you in chainmail, so... on my little app thing.
I just
so.
drawn like orc Dovahkiin.
Actually, you know, I was always picturing my female orc character that I made in Skyrim, too.
You put Grandpa in pajamas.
Why is Grandpa in pajamas?
Okay.
Okay.
I am not ready for bed yet, Jason.
Jason. I wonder what Jangle's real name is.
I'll hit it one of these days. Jedediah.
Jupe.
I'm actually gonna put the tail a bit lower.
Hmm.
It's just gonna be barely poking out of the bottom of the cloak.
You two can go on ahead. I now have to vacuum.
Oh no, okay. We'll
I
catch
don't
you
worry,
up.
I will actually put the-
on mute.
I'll put the thing off. You two just ramble about. That's cool.
Okay.
I was gonna
And
say,
if-
if you're
We
gonna
were
do
doing
that,
nothing all day, and then as soon as I want to do this, it's
Hey,
like,
now.
do everything.
I
related.
was getting bled to death for my lunch money, alright?
No.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Toodle-doo. Okay, let's... What else do I have to do? I have to do this shell pattern, even though you said that... It's like the shell
Hey,
is covered, and I'm like, well, I already drew it, so I'm not covering it
Hey,
up.
no, that's alright. You can draw him before he did whatever he did to his shell.
I'm essentially putting him in, like, almost like a kilt, and then long sleeves.
You know what? That works. I like it. I dig it.
Oh, man. Plamp's like, I could have been something cute. I'm like, gnomes do not classify in my book.
Could have been a tabaxi.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Just a
Then it
fucking
would have been
Khajiit.
like half of my group is animals.
I mean, no, well, more than half. Well, half of
Yeah.
group's animals now.
I am
'cause-
the minority.
Well, Chavo's gonna be a lizard folk gunner.
Well, now it is half then, huh?
Yeah, it is. So yeah, we're gonna have a big crocodile man with us. Hopefully next time.
Cool. I will be able to draw that in. I think I can fit some space.
Yeah. Just big crocodile man with like a blunderbuss.
Okay, let's do
Many
the stripes
lizards.
across. I got a
I love
baby.
iguanas though. Crooked Corona says many lizards. Puerto Rico has so many iguanas it's the equivalent of squirrels around here. Yeah.
Oh,
See, we have many
Uh,
lizards here in Florida, but they're of the very small anole variety. We don't have cool iguanas everywhere.
no, we have seagulls.
Yeah.
That's it.
Where I
Only
lived in
seagulls.
Pennsylvania, it was deer. Yeah, no, they were smart too. Like, I was driving one day to work, and I lived, like, right at the foot of a mountain, right?
Mhm.
And I was going down my street, and there's just this deer standing in the middle of the road. And behind him, it's like a buck, I think it was. And behind him was just this stream of deer, like various females and probably some little baby ones. And only when... And he was just sitting there staring at me like, you just hold on and wait for a minute. And these deer just like casually walk across the street. And once the entire row was gone, he followed them behind. He's like, okay, you can go now. He was a crossing guard deer.
Yeah, that's cool. Much cooler than in seagulls that I have that like to shit on me while I'm trying to walk to school in the morning, as if my day wasn't already bad.
That's unfortunate. I once had a squirrel try to steal my Subway sandwich.
What? Okay.
Okay, in Tampa, they're bold. Because I was on a class trip, and we were on Tampa Bay, right on the bay. Like, look out in the bay, watch the fucking dolphins jump. And I was like sitting on one of the little, like, I was sitting outside one of the park bathrooms waiting for the rest of my class group to get done in the bathroom because it was a bunch of preppy girls and, you know, I don't know. And I was sitting there and I had my lunch next to me because it was a Subway sandwich. I brought along a Subway sandwich. And this fucking squirrel just came up, right up to me, and started tugging at the paper of my Subway sandwich. I'm like, bitch! No!
It sounds like Arrowhead. We have this area called Blue. What is it? It's like the Blue Jay Village, and people like to feed the squirrels there.
Yeah.
So in the little park area, those little guys will rob you.
I need to make an intermission card for this, because... Yes, hello other person that just joined. We are on intermission at the moment, waiting for people to get back from, you know, bathroom breaks and such. We're just chit-chatting right now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it. And the whole stream should be up on YouTube after we end. Gonna have to make a new folder for that.
That would be good.
And one day the quality will be better once I have not shitty internet, which is why I can only stream D&D right now.
Which is why I can only stream Final Fantasy videos in like the worst quality.
Oh no, I can't even do that. Last time I tried to stream Overwatch, it was like literally half a frame a second. I couldn't do it. It was nothing doing.
No. Okay, now I'm inking Jangle.
I would draw, but my only drawing implement is my phone, and I need to save the battery for my dice rolls. Any other stories you want to tell while we're waiting?
Let's see. I might have some D&D. Because I've used this character, Bone Jangle, before in some other D&D sessions. I just had to recreate the character essentially for this particular D&D group, because I have about 3 D&D groups now. Bone Jangle I originally made with my first D&D group, and he was a chaotic evil character at first, and then he became chaotic neutral because I wasn't really doing anything evil other than the one time we found this there was this town that something weird was happening in, and it turns out that they were using like babies to fuel the whatever god.
Fun.
And so
of course, sacrificing the babies to the gravity god. I do that all the time.
Yeah, so
okay, kids and squids, I'm back.
Okay, we just gotta wait for Plant now. Well, honestly, we could probably pop into the inn, and should be easy to catch her up.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna have too much moving forward.
Right.
So, I think the only thing we had was someone was making an attack roll again.
You know what? I almost want to say that was just Japes, and it was more like a playful little slap.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely like a slap on the butt.
Especially since I like redid Plamp's stats proper, and he's got like a... What was the armor class? Hold on, let me look up his sheet again. Armor class of 17. And fucking strength of 18.
Yeah, you never know what'll happen.
Yeah.
It would have been non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I know that.
I will
Alright.
kill Plimp with a slap on the butt.
Okay, so you have now entered the Shepherd's Crook. This ancient inn is one of the oldest and largest buildings in the village, sitting opposite both the Growers' Hall and the Fleecers' Hall, which the shepherds did mention to you. They pointed out to you when they were giving you directions. It's a very traditional style inn. It's got a common room at the front, a private dining and meeting room at the back, and of course the guest rooms are upstairs. Now you noticed there were like a lot of villagers, and you had noticed with your perception check earlier that there was a lot of foot traffic coming in and out.
Yes.
So this place is pretty crowded. Everybody's here. This is the place to be, and you got as much from not only you talking to the lady, but also Hajnal talking to the salty guy. I have to call him salty guy now. I can't not do that. Okay.
Salty boy. Yes.
Salty boy. It says it's very crowded, and a lot of people are here. So with so many extra people staying in the village, the inn, really crowded. You've got tanned and weather-beaten shepherds in woolen cloaks, smoking some long-stemmed pipes while drinking cider, and they're muttering amongst themselves, while you've got some small groups of young men and women nursing their drinks. They mostly stay quiet. What do you do? Do you want to like move in, or are you gonna stand in the doorway?
Let me see. Perhaps I'll move in. These stately gentlemen over here, with their pipes. You
gonna ask them a question about somebody, or?
Yes, I suppose I should. I will approach these fellows, and I will say, "Excuse me, gentlemen. My name is Professor Gawain Mawali. I have a brief question for you. I'm looking for a Father Merrickson. Could you tell me where this is?"
They stop for a minute. Their conversation. They look at you like, how rude. You did kind of interrupt their conversation. So they look at you for a moment like, excuse you. But they take a minute, and they appreciate your kindness.
Did you tempt?
They answer you with, well, we saw him come in earlier. Since there's supposed to be a council meeting here, I would assume you'd be back with the rest of the council members. You'd probably have to check with the lady at the house to ask what room she's having that meeting in. But no, if you don't mind, we'd like to get back to our conversation. I hope that helps you out.
Oh, yes, of course.
You get the feeling you've been dismissed.
My apologies, good sir. Yes.
He takes a nod to you and puts his pipe back up in his mouth, and his friend, who he was conversing with, he nods to you as well. Does not put his pipe back in his mouth, but continues on the conversation of, it's not really anything you have particular interest in. It's mostly trading facts and statistics and
businessmen,
business shepherds, if you will.
Yes.
They're business shepherds.
Yes. I will turn to the others. Seems to me we must seek out this, what was her name? Slatebeard?
Slatebeard.
Slatebeard, yes.
Yes. She is the innkeep.
Okay, I suppose a quick look around, I might be able to find this young lady?
Roll a perception check.
Okie dokie, let's see if Grandpa found his glasses yet. Dice. Come on. There we are. Roll it. That can't be right. There's very clearly... I can't even see one. That's not a... Hold on. My thing's glitching out. I can't even see one on that dice, but it insists I rolled a 1.
You have no idea where she is.
I guess. Wait, no, this is wrong. This is wrong! Something's wrong here. Literally every time I roll, it's a 1, but it's completely different numbers on the dice.
Do you have actual dice at all?
No, I don't. That's why I'm using this. I can't afford dice.
Restart, and then maybe we can.
Yeah, let me restart. I'm sorry.
I will let you re-roll.
Thank you for your kind mulligan.
This is your one freebie.
Yes, thank you.
In the meantime, Jangles, what do you want to do?
Well, let's see. I'm a charismatic fellow, so I might ask one of the folks at the, is there perhaps a bar around here in this building?
Well, do you want to roll a perception check as well to see if you happen to notice a bar?
Sure.
Well, Grandpa still hasn't found his glasses because I rolled a 7.
Yeah. It's a little tough to see. It's very crowded in here. You kind of get the feeling where most people with drinks in their hand are gravitating from. There's might be a bar there, kind of towards the back.
Okay.
Not really sure.
Hang on, let me check.
Well, that's certainly a place of interest, if nothing else. Clamp, you back?
I've returned.
Yeah.
Is that an investigation roll or wait, perception? Okay.
Perception. I mean, if you want to try and investigate for a bar, you can try, but it's typically perception.
You know, whip out your old Sherlock Holmes spyglass.
I got 16 plus 4, so.
Yeah, the bar's totally in the back.
On that 20.
And you notice, notice, towards the back, where most people are coming from, is your typical bar. You can see a bunch of tankards and mugs hanging from the ceiling, in typical, mahogany bar fashion. Very fancy, very nice place. It's a very nice place. You notice a very strong dwarven woman tending to the bar.
Who don't need no man.
No, she's a very strong woman. She's shouting orders here and there. What it'll be next? How can I help you? Yeah, come up. I'm serving while you're here. You got a pretty good feeling that this is probably Leonore Slatebeard.
Our lovely lady.
The lady of the house.
Yes. Why her name is Slatebeard.
She's beautiful.
Well, you don't know. Maybe her husband has got a lovely grey beard.
You can kind of hear some banter between her and her husband in the back. He's in the back running the kitchen and brewing the beers.
Oh my god, I love them.
You get the feeling she runs the front, he runs the back, because he's you don't know why, but, you'd like to think maybe it's because he's not good with money, and she probably is. Who knows?
I don't know why I'm picturing a couple from Father Ted that's always arguing, except when Father Ted's around.
It's probably very close. You can tell there's a lot of love.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love. Alright, what do you do?
Alright, so, I'm gonna go up and, I need to get a skull soon.
You aching for some skull?
Let's see, I'll probably, go ahead and take my... I'm gonna try and sort of do my charisma thing with this lady and see if there's... if I can't, sort of kiss up to her a bit so that I can get information out of her. But I'm going to...
So are you trying to persuade her, or are you trying to charm her?
I'm gonna try and charm her, at first. Get on her good side.
Is that a roll? I think that would be persuasion. Would that be persuasion or performance?
Can go either way, but I want to make sure you don't have the ability of charm, because some bards do.
I have charm person, yeah.
You're gonna try and charm person her?
No, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and use good old charisma, and I'm going to open with a hello with the scattered bones on the bar.
It's...
Do we have to get her attention first, you think? Because she's not really gonna...
Yeah, she's very busy. There's a lot of people here. So go ahead. I'm gonna say...
We need to sit with them.
I mean, we can probably aid in this. We could probably shout out to her. Excuse me.
You can aid in it? Yeah, you can aid in the excuse me.
Is that... Pardon me, madam, if we might have a moment.
She notices you, and then she notices Jangles. She kind of cooks her head. She's like, how can I help you? You can tell she's a little frazzled. I mean, there's a lot of people at her bar right now, but she is taking the time to stop to talk to you.
Okay, let's... I wonder if we can end up helping her out today.
Well, you gonna jump behind the bar and start taking orders?
Maybe I could ask if she needs help because it's busy. Maybe if I help her out, I can get on her good side and talk to her.
So, how do you want to go about doing that?
I would say that I just speak and say, "Oh, well, it's really busy here. Do you need any help today?"
Except
or
that's
something
against
like
your
that.
character, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't speak.
Is there anything you want
And
to...
I shall offer.
Okay.
I will put. You attempt to ask, but I push Jangles to the side and
It's
say,
like-
"Madam."
You small woman!
So she notices you, and now that she sees the three of you together, you see a slight twinkle to her eye.
Aw, she's happy that there's adventurers here.
These fucking freaks.
Do you have anything to ask her? Or to say about yourselves, introduce yourselves, maybe?
Alright.
Pardon
me. Good to meet you. I am Professor Gowan Wiley. These are my associates. This is Mr. Jangles. Yes, I got your name right this time. This is, and this lovely lady here, I keep forgetting your name, is Hojanal. We are adventurers, and on our way here, we encountered some very unusual wolves attacking some sheep herders. I understand that perhaps this meeting that is taking place here may have something to do with this. Could you tell me where Father Merrickson is, and perhaps when this meeting will commence?
So, as you say that you are adventurers, and you mention the wolf problem, her entire demeanor just lights up with glee, and she shouts, "Oh, you're adventurers here to help with the wolf problem? Well, why didn't you say so?" And suddenly, all of the chatter stops. And everybody looks around you with this impressed look on their faces.
Oh, well, those businessmen so unimpressed a minute ago.
Yeah. Although the old shepherds that you disturbed earlier are still looking at you like rude. They still got that like business shepherd look to them. So they're still kind of like, yeah, okay. She goes on, "Well, of course I'd love to help you here. And actually, if you can take care of the problem that we've been trying to take care of, I'd love to offer you a free round of drinks and a meal right on the house."
Oh, well, that sounds lovely, in fact.
Yes, we've been in dire straits here, especially since poor old Featherrock came in, and that poor soul, he's not doing too well. He's still quite shaken upstairs. He is. I don't think I've seen him come down in a while.
I say, would he be up to speaking with one or more people at the moment, or do you think he's too shaken for that?
I can certainly ask him, but you mentioned you wanted to speak with Father Merrickson in the council meeting.
Yes.
Well, they're actually just, they're having their meeting right in the back meeting room right over there. If you just, tell you what, she motions for her husband in the back. She says, Bantith, come here, man.
Like, what do you want, woman?
And yeah, pretty much. But he says it in a loving way.
Right.
Like, "Oh, what now, you crazy lady? Like, what now, you crazy woman?" And just there's a mirth to him when he says this. There's a lot of love here.
They're having fun with each other.
She says to him, "Could you hold down the fort for just a moment while I take our new adventuring guests to the council meeting?" And you see his face also light up to this, and he says, "Well, of course, love, of course." And he starts, grudgingly going to all of the other people asking for the barkeep, because, the whole glee of adventures lasted for all about a hot second, and now
Yeah.
they're like, give me my beer. So now this is his element because he's a brewer. So you hear him going on of like, well, you know, if you're into the stouts here, then you're probably gonna want this one. But quite honest, and he goes on to like,
Right.
you know,
He's
each
into his
him-
brewing.
He's into his brewing, and they might be getting a little more information than they wanted, but
Oh, jeez,
you're
I just
not
wanted a
paying
beer, man.
yeah, they pretty much just want a beer, and he's like, but wait, there's another way.
If you wanted a better flavor profile, you'll want this one.
Yeah. So, Leonard walks out from behind the bar, and she starts heading towards a meeting room off to the left. It's not like the immediate left. The immediate left is right behind the bar is the kitchen. So she goes off to the left a little bit, and then makes another left through a kind of a threshold, so not a closed door, that leads to this tiny room, like a sitting room and a foyer, if you will. And there's these grand double doors that she's heading towards. Do you follow her?
Yes. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't follow her. Anybody else have?
Okay. As you get closer to the doors, roll a perception check.
Okie dokie.
And this can go for anybody. Whoever wants to roll.
Me.
Help out with this.
Honestly, anybody can roll.
Mhm.
I have a 17. I put on my glasses.
You found them.
Oh, there they
Your
are, the
left
bloody
bum pocket.
things.
Well, this is actually more of your listening ears than your glasses, so maybe that's why it rolled so well.
Okay. Oh, that's
I like
what it
to hear.
is.
Does anybody else want to contribute?
I have a total of 19.
Okay. Hajnal, did
10.
you want to roll through 10? Okay, that's still pretty good. Combined together, it's really good. Okay. So, as you get closer to the doors, they're slightly ajar. They're not fully open, not really fully closed. You start to hear voices from inside. You can tell the meeting is being held, from what you can see through the slightly open door, in a plain room, centered around a large, round wooden table, with about maybe 10 chairs, can't really tell. As you're getting closer, you start to hear some raised voices. You can't really tell a difference between the two. You don't know who's talking. You just know there's an argument going on. That you can tell. There's a bitterness to the banter that goes back and forth. So Leonor steps up. She says, it'll be right through here. It sounds like it's going well already. And she knocks on the door and opens it up. Everybody inside is so, they're engrossed in their conversation. They don't really completely notice you. Do you enter?
I'll enter, but I would like to stay towards the back and kind of listen to the conversation for a hot minute and see what the deal is going on here.
So trying not to draw too much attention to
No,
yourself.
not interrupting just yet, no.
Okay. So, when you enter, there's a male halfling arguing with a human dressed in priestly robes, which, from everybody talking, it's
Father Merrickson.
Father Merrickson, and you hear this argument between the two of them. You also notice that there are 8 chairs set around the table. 5 of the chairs are filled with human men, one of which is a human woman, so that's 6 chairs, and the other 2 are halflings, 1 female and 1 male. You hear this argument between them. So Father Merrickson asks, he says, Tilius, we really should consider to stop exporting our grain and other food while the crisis with the wolves remains unresolved. And Tilius, who you now see is the halfling that Father Merrickson is arguing with, he reacts angrily to not only Father Merrickson's outrage, but also to the interruption of you coming in. So he's noticed you. Do you say anything? What do you say? Do you do anything? What do you do?
I like to give the fellow a nod and a little wave. We're not interrupting just yet. We'll just go on about your business.
I want to wave hi.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if my business is any of your business. If you have nothing to do here or say here for this meeting and nothing to contribute, then get out.
You see, well, we are a small band of adventurers, and I do believe you may be having a problem with these wolves, as I've heard. We may be interested in helping with that.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Can I roll one as well?
You may.
Yeah, I think everybody should, really.
If I ever ask for a perception check, everybody's welcome to contribute. You are
Okay.
also welcome to split off from him at any time to do whatever. You don't always have to stay in it if there's other things you would like to do. So,
A nat 20.
18. Oh, nat
Okay.
20. Nice.
so
14.
you notice, though you may not be able to communicate it, immediately that the halfling that you now know as Tilius, immediately warms up to you just by the mention of adventurers. It's almost a relief is washed over him because thank God somebody's finally come to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have said so sooner. Tilius Marion,
People keep
at your
saying that.
service. We're in dire need here, if you haven't noticed. We need people of your caliber to come and help us out. Tilius Marion at your service of the Growers and Buyers Association, and of course this is Father Merrickson over here, and the council of this village, which we're at a loss of what to do. We need help. Are you willing to take up on the job? I mean, we don't know what to do, and we'll give you a reward if you need, or
Oh, quite
of course,
certainly.
lodging, whatever you need.
That sounds fine, honestly. Me personally, I'm out here for learning new things and experiencing new experiences and solving as many problems as I can along the way. So whatever we can do, I think my little group here would be quite interested in helping you out here.
And Father Merrickson says, that's bless you for coming to our aid in this dire time. You can see there's you detect a hint of sadness in his voice. There might be more loss to this than you can tell. But you don't know him, so
Right.
You're just listening here. A couple of the other council members offer chairs if you care to sit
Oh,
at the
thank you.
table. In the meantime,
I will take the chair.
Jangles,
Can I like
Hajna, what are you doing?
Slav squat in the chair?
Sure.